All right, we are live. Welcome back, everybody. I am out on location this week, so if I suck, I send my apologies. We got Ryan, and we got a special guest, Braden. Did I say that right? Yep.
Yeah, Braden.
Yep. I think Ryan's going to grill you a little bit, so I guess we'll go ahead and get started with that.
So for those who don't know, Braden's he's the guy who runs the team Dark Waters, who ended up winning the Cash Cow last weekend. So congratulations on that. I know you guys have been around for a while. Do you still have the same core guys, or did you revamp this year? Or tell us a little bit about your team.
It's a little bit both. We added a lot of guys, but we also kept a lot. So originally we would go into tournaments and we would have like 15 or 16 guys on the roster, and we would end up only having like 10 or 11 most of the time. So I realized when I was looking at like teams that are winning and teams that are winning tournaments, you look at the team pictures, they got like 15 or 16 guys. So this year I just went full on 20-man roster so that for tournaments we can have depth and we're not getting gassed. So we have about, I want to say, 7 guys from last year, but everybody else is just brand new and wanted to come into what we were building.
That's a good thing. Is it hard to find playing time for 20 guys?
The good thing about this team is everyone really gets their role. Everyone really gets what we're trying to build here. That know that we're here to win. We're not really trying to just get playing time. So it's hard to find a team to where like everybody knows their role. Everybody's fine with it. So it's just awesome to finally have that and be able to have a 20-man roster and everyone be happy about what we're building.
That's a good thing. So it looks like you got started out with a bye and then drew Playmakers your first game. Tell us a little bit about that game.
That game, we the following tournament we were in Indianapolis and we did not play to what we expected. So going into that one, it was more of just we want to make up from what we felt like we should have been. So we came in just as hitting as hot as we can. They I believe Playmakers only scored 1 run that game, so that was like the big thing for us is that we came in. We wanted to hit right away. We wanted to put it away and make it known that we're here. And I think from there forward, we just rolled with that momentum and kept going with it.
Yeah, it looks like you beat them pretty handily, 11-1. The next game against the OGs, it looks like the same thing, 17-7. Was it you could jump out early again, or did you pull away late?
Actually, that game we were actually down 1 point. I think we were down 5-2 going into the third, and then we never really got down on each other. We just kept going and said we're not going to lose this game. We knew from even being down by 3 that we weren't going to lose that game, and just pull away in the fourth, and we're done by the fifth.
Oh, nice. Looks like winners bracket finals, Cincinnati Militia again, 13-3. Was it just an onslaught from the beginning, or did you pull away late?
That game was actually close for a while. I think it was 3-3 going into the second, and we actually weren't as hyped as we were the first 2 games. But then I feel like our team kind of builds off of what, like, if people are talking crap, then that's when we kind of build off that and go off of that. So Militia actually said, I was trying to find something as a coach just to get the guys hyped up. So in one of Militia's meetings that they do, like between innings, they said, who are these guys? Like, they don't deserve to be here. And I said, hey guys, they said that we don't deserve to be here. Then after that, we just put it on the gas after that.
Gotcha. Yeah, use the talk to motivate. I like it. Looks like you met 8-1-2 crew in the finals, who prior to that game against you put up 21. It looks like you held them to 1 run.
Actually, I don't think that score is right because we actually won that game 18-8.
Okay, well that's. So again, you run ruled every team that you played in the field, which is very impressive. That's hard to do no matter who you're playing. So congratulations on that. Who'd you guys have as the MVP in the all tournament team?
So we had Josh Dorsey as our MVP. He was our hitter that day, and he actually is not our hitter full time, but we actually didn't have our hitter there, so we said, hey, you need to step up. And he probably earned a hitter spot. He hit 7 home runs, 2 of them being grand slams, and went 11 for 14 at 786 for the day. We had for the all tournament team, we had Wyatt Myers, who was our pitcher. He batted 11 for 16. And he only, as you can see, he didn't allow anything more than 8 runs the entire day. So he pitched phenomenal. I believe he only walked like 2 people, and he hit the exact same. He didn't hit home runs like Josh did, but he hit the exact same batting average, 11 for 14. So he also played phenomenal. We actually added all 3 outfielders as my all tournament team who played all 4 games, which was Kyle Quickle, Braden Young, and James Skeens. They just absolutely held it down. There was anything that was hit to the outfield was being caught, and that includes like putting their bodies onto the line completely parallel to the ground, making diving plays. The first time it happened was against Militia, and Braden Young laid completely out and caught a ball that should not have been caught, absolute missile to him. And we thought that was the craziest play we ever seen. And then in the championship game, James Skeens does the exact same thing in center field. So it was just crazy the way our outfielders were holding it down, putting their bodies on the line to make sure that we were winning the game. Kyle Quickle, he doesn't get enough credit because he didn't make the big plays, but he also held it down. Every time it was hit to right, he wasn't making an error. He was doing exactly what he needed to, hitting cutoffs. We never had any problems of overthrows, throwing into doubles. It was always hitting your cutoffs, making sure runners stay where they need to go, which is very hard to find in E division.
It's hard to find in any division the guys that are not going to give up doubles, throwing wrong bases, not hitting cutoff men. So props to your outfielders for that one. Would you say the strength of your team is the defense then?
I definitely think the strength of our defense is, I would say probably top 5. I might be a little biased, but mostly because we have our shortstop, who's Zach Rothert. I believe he is no doubt the best shortstop in E and possibly D. He's been to the Challenge Cup 3 years straight. He's just an absolute animal at shortstop. He even had his tournament that wouldn't even live up to his standards, and he still hit above 500, which is just crazy to me that I can say that a guy who's had an off tournament still hit 500 and play. He's just that good. Even we had our middle guy who wasn't even there, David Hughes, who's our D chip. I think he's hit on the year about 750, and he wasn't even there. Wendell Ford, who came in, who usually plays second base for us, he played middle. He played pretty good. He had 2 walk-offs that gave us the run rule wins in 2 of the games. And then Chris Adams, who usually is like a utility guy, can put about anywhere. He held down third really good. And then first base between our young guy who's 21 and Alex Henderson, switching out time was just great to see. And everyone was buying into what we were doing. So it's a great feeling to know that you have a team to where you can have as many guys as you do and everybody's still just wanting one goal, and that's it.
Absolutely. Are you guys playing in the Slugfest this weekend?
We actually are not. We plan to, but we have our fundraiser for co-ed and men's that day, so we will not be playing until till state warm-ups and then states.
What world you guys planning on going
to? We plan on going to Vera.
Okay.
And then we plan to go to the one in Columbus, Ohio as well.
Gotcha. If you want to go ahead and plug your fundraiser Saturday, man, go ahead and do that, and then we'll let you get back to your MAB round robin you're at tonight.
Awesome. I appreciate it. We have a fundraiser for anybody that's interested. Co-ed on Saturday and men's on Sunday, because if I know men's, not a lot of teams make it to Sunday, so if you're wanting to put a team in for Sunday for the Slugfest, get a big payout. It's in Fairborn at Fairfield Park. So that's what's going on for this weekend for us. And if you're a co-ed team and you don't have anything going on, we also have one for Saturday for a co-ed team. For co-ed, you get a championship belt for the champions. So that's also a big thing for us. And also, I forgot to mention for our tournament team, I forgot to mention Ryan Ward as well. He also played very, very well. That he was also on that tournament team with the other few guys that I mentioned.
Again, man, congrats on the great weekend and continued success for the rest of the year, buddy.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you having me.
No problem, man.
Good luck tonight. See ya.
See ya.
So, Zach, I only had one other E team reach out to me to tell me who their honor roll player of the week
Okay.
was Cincy Militia finished third. Glenn Bomar, uh, outstanding defense, and then Austin Akers for that team was their offensive MVP. So again, congrats to Cincinnati Militia for the third place finish. Um, I'm not sure whether they're playing this weekend or not, but if you are, good luck in that as well.
All right. Move on to D.
Yeah, we can go to the D. Not gonna lie, man, a little disappointed in the Cincinnati teams in the D division. This is two big money tournaments in a row. We let the money go to Lexington the first weekend, and now Dayton and the Amish the second weekend. We got to pick it up.
So I saw a lot of talk about the Amish team. You had mentioned them the week before. So were they as good as advertised?
So I wasn't there, but my guys said that they were definitely beatable. And Red Tucker said the same thing when they played them. But then you look at the other guys. BG said they were a really good team. So I, I guess it all depends on how you play them and things like that. I know when we played them, we walked the hitter twice and got walked off in the seventh. So,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, it looks like I mean Tiger Fitness played well this weekend. I figured they would have a nice bounce back weekend. It looks like they finished third. Um, the corrupt team, man, I didn't realize how good they were. I thought it was the same old guys that they've always had, which they're never out of a game. But it looks like they've made some really nice pickups, and they're going to be pretty dangerous.
Who did they pick up?
So they got like Andy Young and a couple guys that were on Donnie Brewer's team last year, I believe.
Oh, okay. Couple guys coming down from C.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know whether they won appeals or whatnot.
Come on.
I didn't
All
recognize
right.
any of the names until
It's
Andy.
not working.
I talked to
Oh, there
Andy
we go.
today. Yeah.
Okay. Yep, there's Andy. That's the one they call Panda, right?
Correct. Yes. Yeah, I don't know whether he's pitching for him or whether Chris Lemaster is pitching for him. I know Chris has pitched for him for years. He's a left-hander. I don't know if you ever played them or not, but he works it pretty good.
I have not. Good. I'm glad they made a nice run. Um, I think you guys finally had a rough. I mean, not finally, but you guys had a rough weekend after a few good ones. So it happens.
Yeah, we apparently thought it was pool play Saturday and the 2 and out started Sunday. So we, much to our surprise, we didn't get to play Sunday. So, but I mean, yeah, you're gonna have an off weekend every now and then. We'll bounce back this weekend, no doubt.
For sure. Right. Do you have any more feedback on the D division?
Yeah, I got so for Tiger Fitness, Red said Brandon Bauer was their standout player, hit 670, patrol center field. BO's TC, Josh Vestring, said he started off the day 6 for 6, which is very impressive. So he didn't know what the final stats were, but that's what the guy could tell me. Six for 6. Godby Law had a rough weekend, but Alex Strohoffer was 5 for 6, hitting 833. Smash Brothers had a pretty decent weekend. I think they went 2-2 possibly. Adam Bailey made him the hitter. Usually doesn't do that. Hit 700. Played great D at third base. Rock's House of Billiards had another strong weekend. Austin Broshier, their third baseman, had a bunch of key hits, bunch of home runs, hit 700. Played great defense at third. Odd Sox were a little shorthanded this weekend. Steve Kirkham actually had to do the pitching for him and did a pretty good job. BG said he hit pretty well and did a great job filling as the pitcher. Tripods, we had one guy that played pretty well, Logan Broth. He was 6 for 7, 857. Corrupt, they told me that Zane Collins hit 622 with 10 home runs as the hitter. 10 home runs is pretty impressive for a weekend. And then TJ Morris was.
Yeah, I don't think I've.
Go ahead.
No, no, I was gonna say I don't think I've. I can't remember somebody on my team hitting 10 home runs in a weekend as a hitter.
Yeah,
Not a long time, so that's impressive.
right. I mean, 10 out of your 16 hits were home runs. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
And T.J. Morris, their shortstop, went 16 for 19. So sounds like the corrupt team is definitely gonna do some damage in the D division. I know they're playing this weekend in the Slugfest, so it'd be good to
Good.
see them up and close.
Okay. All right. You might need a filler bus for a second while I get to the Slugfest.
Yeah, Slugfest. It's a lot of people's favorite tournament to play in. If you're not familiar with Slugfest
You a
format,
Slugfest
it's
guy?
I'm indifferent. I mean, it's good to play them upper teams to see where you stand. My issue with the Slugfest is if you get a really good draw and play teams you're supposed to beat, and then you are stuck in that upper bracket, it's kind of like, okay, well, we're here now. So do we really have a chance to win? I know they're going to give the highest finishing D team a certain amount of money and stuff like that, but you always look forward to these big tournaments that are filled with D teams playing in your own division. And then you got to worry about in the Slugfest too, guys and teams that don't want to get stuck in that top division. So are they really playing to win? So there's a I don't know how Nikki and Bradney do it. They do a great job of kind of figuring out teams that are finding that fine line to drop down in their own division versus staying up in the top division. I know they're having a meeting tonight to kind of discuss how they're going to approach that. So no one really knows how many games you can win in the division in the upper bracket to before you have to drop down. So I know as a C team, you're always kind of stuck. Like, all right, well, if this team doesn't want to play, are they actually going to play us and things like that? So I think your mic cut off, man. I can't hear anything you're saying if you're talking. Still got nothing, buddy. Well, unfortunately, we got some dead air here. They might want to jump on and come and talk to me and BS for a little bit. I don't even know if anybody's watching this. We got tournaments and leagues starting this week, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of feedback we get. I'll go ahead and start previewing this bracket. Looks like the first game, 8 a.m. at River City East. We've got Quality Tire, who is a D team, I believe, against Brothers. Winner of that gets the C team Nasty Hooks. Then you got OTF against Relentless Reloaded. Grizzy Pure, I'm anxious to see them play. The Running Rebels are playing eights. Then you got Alpha Dog against Hood Star Sportswear. Days TPA against Sin City. It looks like Chuck Kenny's going to take the mound for Sin City against Days. So I'm sure there won't be any talking going on in that game at all.
All right, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay, great. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. I got a text from Chuck saying that he's pitching against Days Saturday morning at 9:10. So I'm sure that game will not be loud at all.
Yeah, I actually called about that one this morning. I wish it wasn't at East because I'd love to watch that. I'm at MAB. I'm not sure where you guys are at. There it is,
We're
right
over
there.
at West.
Days. You're at West. Okay, so you're over on the side of town with me. Yeah, I would love to see that.
Yep.
Good luck to Chuck. Hopefully, you guys can give him some help. Who else we got here? We got OTF. I'm trying to think two teams I would know. Alpha Dog. Apex. Have you played Apex at all this year?
I have not this year. I know in years past I've played them, and they whack it against me.
Yeah, they always got a bunch of great young talent. It's funny if you ask around of the players that have actually played for Apex, and you'd be surprised. Hitchcock's one of them. I think Weeds played with them. A lot of good teams. Wild things out there.
Yeah, I just got a text from Chuck Johns, and he said we're two idiots. So thanks, Chuck. Shout out to you, buddy. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Chuck. Appreciate you. Who else we got? Wild Things, TCS. That'll be a good one. 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Hornets. What level are they this year? Do you know? Are
They're
they D?
C. They're C. They're not
C.
O bump. Yeah, they're going to be tough.
Yep. That'll be a tough one.
Tell you what, last year we played them, and their best player was actually their coach, and somebody got hurt, and he came out, and he was in jeans, and he had his little typical Amish haircut where you could tell he was definitely Amish, and he they put him at shortstop, and the first ball hit to him. He took 3 steps, backhanded in the hole, and threw a dart to first base. And we were making fun of him, like, there's no way this guy's going to be any good. He's got loafers on, he's wearing gym shoes. This is going to be terrible. And he makes that play, and then he comes up his first at bat and blisters one in the right center gap. We're like, geez, man, this is ridiculous.
Never
best player's
stops.
not even playing. Yeah, your best player's not even playing.
Right. Kraken, obviously, they always have a good team. Militia had a nice run last weekend. That'll be a great game. Players, always tough. Oh, you guys got the playmakers. 8 a.m.
Yeah, Playmakers 8 a.m. I don't know anything about that team. I looked at the record today. It wasn't great, but that can be deceiving as well. And we're not a fast starting team, so if you're gonna get us in the morning, 8 a.m. is probably the best time to do it.
Okay. Yeah, it's Joey Scarf. His team kind of changes from week to week, but he usually puts a pretty good product out there. We got Steve's with the bye, getting the winner of Dongas and Stinkies. I have no idea who either of those teams are. If you do, let me know.
Yeah, I do not.
Do not. Okay. Tiger Fitness getting the bye, winner of Funk and Premier Audio. Funk usually has a pretty good D team out of Dayton, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I know they usually have 2 teams. I don't know which team that one is.
Yep.
They were tough when we played them in WSL last year. Oh, I was supposed to shout out Steve Morris for BOTC. Congrats on taking 2 walks last weekend, man. New personal best. So congrats on that. Looks like Z-Fly left me for a second. So next game, we got the Grizzly BOTC against Cincy Slime. Cincy Slime's always competitive. I'm glad they're playing in some bigger tournaments this year. You got the Odd Sox against the franchise. Every time I played a franchise team, they've always been a nuisance. So I look for that game to be very competitive. Noka against the Funk A1. So the other Funk team is both Funk teams are in this tournament. So Noka have a rough one. HTS, I have no idea who that is. Swap, I think that might be Michael Fisher might be on that team. I'm not positive. The Corrupt team that finished second last weekend against the part-time athletes looks like they got a pretty decent draw where they can make a little run in the open bracket. Smoke Show, I have no idea who that is, nor do I know who the OGs are. So if you know any of these people, do not hesitate to chime in to let me know. Then you got Steve's BP against the F Cancer team, and then SMU, which is Cruey's team, against EPCA. So it looks like that second round matchup of Steve's BP and SMU Power is going to be a really good one Saturday at 9:10 in MAB Field 4. So that would definitely be a good one to watch. Tribe versus the Creekers. Tribe's coming off, I think their last performance in a tournament, they ended up winning it, so they're riding that high. EOS against Hit or Miss. Hopefully EOS can get back on track this weekend. I know they had a rough one for the Bash, missing some guys, things like that. Welcome back.
Sorry. If I get cut off again, we might have to call it. I don't know what's going on.
You're good. We'll just get through this.
Okay.
I'm on the Grizzly Soul Bros versus the Zoo. Do you know who the Zoo is?
No idea. Unfortunately, I wish I had a better answer. How far down are you? Do I keep going?
I'm on the Saturday 8 a.m. MAB Field 1, Game 25.
Game 25. Okay.
So I know the Grizzly came off. Yeah, they came off a pretty good performance from up in Indy. So I'm sure their momentum's pretty sky high right now. So they'll probably make a nice little run. And then you got Rock's House of Billiards in prime time. So a possible second round matchup for against Rocks and Grizzly Soul Bros is going to be a pretty good one. You say you're at MAB?
MAB, 10:20 a.m.
You're going to get to see some good ones, man. You're so SMU against Steve's BP Saturday at 9 o'clock, MAB Field 4 possibly.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check that out.
You got the Soul Bros against Rocks possibility at 10:20. But then it looks like you guys play at 10:20 as well.
Yep. Winner of Mayhem, Team Jacob, which they've been around for a while, if I remember right.
Yeah.
That's the same guys. And then OPS. OPS is a team out of Pennsylvania. I'm guessing they're going to be pretty solid, as you've seen the Northern Ohio Pennsylvania teams kind of play down a U trip, with that Amish team.
Right.
So who knows what we're running into? They might be some killers. Um, that's the other thing with the Slugfest. If you lose that one as a C team, you're waiting
Right. Yeah.
for undisclosed amount of time. So hopefully we win that, and that way we can stay out of the loser bracket. I didn't check. How many home runs do we get this weekend?
I want to say it's 10, but I'm not positive on that.
10? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Guess I'll buy some extra balls.
Right. Right. So yeah, Chuck sent me a message. He said he wasn't talking about us being idiots. So we're his two favorite people. So
Oh, okay. He changed his team.
yeah. I think I know. I think I know the two guys he was talking about, but I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
okay.
Yeah.
We won't say. Out
Yeah.
loud.
So what are your thoughts on the Slugfest, man? Do you like the format? What would you do differently if you had to change something?
I don't love it, but I get it. It's just the uncertainty. Like I said, if we lose, who knows when we play again? Trying to get guys there, they want to know, when do we play? And sometimes I don't know, right? If you lose, um, I think the bigger hang up for me is for like teams like the E teams. I don't know what good it does having like an E team playing, like a C team. I don't know that it really helps. I don't know what your thoughts are there.
Yeah, I know everybody says you play better teams to get better, and I agree with that to a certain extent. But at the same time, how is you getting beat by 30 making you better? Um, I don't know the answer to that.
Now sometimes the E teams can win those games. The C team starts slow, they don't take it serious, and the E team gets up, and all of a sudden things get tight. So it definitely can happen. I'm not saying it can't, but sometimes those games just get out of control, and I don't know that's good for anybody. To be honest with you.
Well, so my question is, what's the motivation for an E team? I mean, because if they do happen to be the C team, it's kind of a lose lose for them because now you're stuck in that top bracket because you're probably playing somebody your next round that you can beat as well. And if you win two or three games in a row, you're stuck up there, and then you don't get the benefit of playing in one of the bigger tournaments where all the teams in your division are playing in this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't see it as a big win for the E and D teams at all, and then for us, it's kind of a cluster. Now, Bradney and Nikki do an amazing job with it, way better than I ever could, or anybody I know, to be honest. But um, I just don't get it. But I know a lot of teams love it, so we'll be there. We'll be there having a good time, and hopefully everybody else does too. And we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, they got almost 60 teams this weekend in this top bracket. So it's one of the bigger tournaments around. I know it's been around for like eight or 9 years.
It's the ninth
So
year. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, and then I mean Nikki and Bradney, they do a good job, and it's at all three parks this weekend. So yeah, it's going to be a good time. I'm looking for weather's going to be great, so I'm looking forward to it.
Curry had a little comment here. 10 home runs doesn't help the lower teams. I will say the one exception, we played yards by yards. I think it was 2020, maybe it was 2021. They hit all their home runs. They're an E team. They were, at least they were back then. I think they're athletics now, but I'm pretty sure they hit all 10 of their freaking home runs. So they so they gave us a good run. I think we ultimately ended up beating them, but it's pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, I've always wished that in one of these tournaments they would like so on the circuit and when you play competitive, it's low bid wins on home runs, and you can bid anywhere between 5 and 10.
Okay.
So if me as an E team is playing an upper team and low bid wins, I'm bidding 5 home runs. You're going to play me with 5 home runs, and then people are going to say, well, then your pitcher's going to get blown up and this and that. Well, who's to say with 10 home runs your pitcher's not going to get blown up anyway?
You're not
So
wrong. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you know better than I do. Do you change your swing that much when the home runs are gone?
no, I don't at all. But
Yeah.
I'm not a power hitter anyway. So
Right.
um, so I don't know. I mean, I'm sure guys do. But if you're a great hitter, you're going to be able to hit the ball wherever you want. I know
Or at least you
Mike
think you
Light,
can.
right? Mike Lightsey's one of the best hitters I've played with, and I don't think he ever changes how hard he swings in any situation.
No, he doesn't. He just, I mean, he aims different, but yeah, he's swinging hard.
Right.
Swinging hard all the time.
So.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on Slugfest? Or maybe, did I miss it?
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I it's good to play them upper teams to kind of gauge where you're at. But again, at the same time, when you run into, so you beat a team your first game and then you're playing another D team your second game, and the winner of that game has to stay in the upper bracket. Are you really? Do both teams really? Are you getting that good game because both teams want to stay in the upper bracket, or are you getting kind of a sloppy game where, all right, whoever wants to lose the most is going to lose this game and go down and play in their own division? That's my only gripe in it. I wish there were, and there may be, because they're having a meeting tonight, a better way to make sure that no matter what you do in this open bracket, you get to drop down in your own division.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know a better way to do it, but again, I appreciate what they're trying to do. I know a lot of people like it. I'm guessing some of those E teams like to hit the home runs, so it's a chance for them to do that, and then they get to go back to the inning ending. Is it offensive ejection still, or is it just an ending now?
No, I think it's just an out. I think it's just an out.
Just an out. Okay.
For you talking about in the E?
Yeah.
I think the E is inning ending for sure, but I don't think it's offensive ejection.
Okay. And in D, it's just inning ending, or is it
Inning
just
ending,
an out?
yes. Inning
Okay.
ending.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
like I said, you've got Steve's BP could possibly play SMU the second round. Now, normally that would be a really good game, but if you tell Steve's, hey, if you win 2 games, you've got to stay in the upper bracket, is Steve's going to play their best game to see if they stay in the upper bracket, or are they going to want to drop to the D where they have as good a chance as anybody to win some money and play in the D division? So that would be my only gripe as far as this style of tournament.
Yep, I agree. Anything else you want to cover tonight?
No, man. Enjoy the rest of your vacation. Get back safe, and we'll see you on Saturday, man.
I'll be there. Good night, everybody.
All right, brother. See you.
See you.